morning, I'm Laura DeAngelis, and no matter what big or how small your job is, we're going to get it ready, whether it's from hedges to pruning your tree to that humongo job. We're going to help you get it all ready right here. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
6:24 right now. If you see Laura DeAngelis lurking in the dark in your neighbor's front yard, don't worry. She's there working.
Yes, that's right.
With a pair of pruners.
In the garden.
That was funny.
With Sherry Hayes.
That was funny. That's a great way to wake up.
Yeah, so we'll see both ends.
That's a great way to wake up. Good morning. Woohoo! Just trimming your little bush over there. Okay, so we're going to start off with once again, Sherry Hayes here, Landscaping with Style. It's been such a long time, Sherry. And it figures we're doing a remote on gardening and it's raining.
Yes.
But you know what? We're going to get you prepared. We're going to cut through this, you know, some great little ideas and tips with you. So here are just some of the basic tools that you need.
Yeah.
I know this tool. Didn't know you had to have all these tools. So let's just go through them, and we're going to start off with this.
Sure. So those are the simple, basic. They're sharp, Lori.
I know. Don't worry. I'm right here.
Basic pruners these are. So these are good for hedges. They're good for trimming grasses and things like the ornamental grasses, and but doing the hedges. So very simple, very basic tools for that. Always good to have those.
Okay, what about this one?
So these are your loppers, and if you open them up, you can see that they open fairly wide. You get about a 2-inch branch that you can put into those and cut those down. So those are really good. You want to have a nice, clean, steady push on them. When you're doing that, you want to bring them in nice and tight, and that will take your branch right off. So up to about 2 inches. So they're really good for the larger shrubs and small branch trees.
And your basic?
That's your saw.
My saw.
So, exactly, and very sharp. You want to make sure that it's extremely sharp on that. And when you're cutting in, oftentimes, depending on the size of the branch and the location, you can cut in and then reverse, go the opposite way to bring it into the center.
And talking about sharp, how often should you sharp? I'm thinking once a year, but you say no.
Yeah,
it should be more often than that.
If you're really aggressive and are doing things a lot, you should do them probably 2 to 3 times a year, because once you start pruning, and you're digging into all those branches and everything, they're gonna start to get dull. So you want to do that.
And talking about pruning.
And so this is your tree pruner, and of course it actually goes to double the length that it is right now, and you have used that before, and if it gets better outside, we may try it again.
We just may.
But this is really good.
And very quickly, this one?
Yeah, so that's your industrial size trimmer.
My favorite.
Yeah, and you know, as it was, I was going to have you do that today, but look at it's raining.
Oh, darn.
Electricity and outside, I don't think so, you know.
We'll try another time.
Yes.
Maybe in your area, Bobinette?
Yes. That's what the neighbors want to hear, too, is that sparking up at like 6:27 in the morning.
Go for it. All right, we'll head back there. A different kind.
And good morning. Heavy rainfall right now. Risk of thunder showers for the day today. Give yourself plenty of extra time to get out the door. The highways are busy, and so is Lori. She's in your garden. Lori, great day for gardening, girl.
Look out. We're going to show you coming up with Sherry Hayes, Landscaping with Style. She's going to show us how to prune your tree even if it has a disease. Please stay with us. It's going to be a party here. We'll be right back.
Colorado for the video.
So cute.
All right, let's head back to the garden. We've got some April showers, which should help things.
Yeah, nothing like working out in the rain, Laura.
Yes.
Well, you know what? We're going to show you what to do and how to do it just before, right when the rain stops. Now, because of our glorious weather, this is something very unusual that it's this early in the year that you see all this green. So it is so important to start pruning. Now, before we start pruning, we're going to talk about the early stages of disease and what to do when it's, so this is the early stage right over here.
That's right.
You can barely notice it.
Yeah. So it's just, and I just spotted this actually, and you can just see that it's both sides. We're seeing the little bit of black knot that's starting here, and over just a season, this is how quickly it progresses.
Wow, that's fast.
Yeah, so you can see behind it, if we can flip this around, you can actually see this branch or this leaf area trying to come out.
Okay, I'm going to switch it around here.
But we have to take that out. So black knot typically is the prunus family gets attacked by this particular fungus. And what the experts generally say is to take it 6 to 8 inches below. Now, I was a little bit more aggressive. I could have just taken this branch here off and it probably would have been okay. But now, having seen this in some of the other areas, it's probably good that this branch just came off. So you want to get this out of the tree because it'll just keep spreading and spreading to your other trees that you have.
And then what happens? You might as well just chop the tree down?
You might as well take the tree down. If it gets so badly infected, then it's just gonna, the strength of the tree is not going to be there. So you want to take it off.
So if you see the beginning stages of disease, what should you do? Should you prune it right away?
You want to prune it right away.
Okay, so can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So typically with this, it's very small, so you can, if you want, go in and take this here, but I might likely go right back to this point here.
How come?
Take that right out. Well, because now you've just gotten rid of everything and anything that might come along in that area, so you might as well just get rid of the whole thing. So that just takes care of that, and hopefully this one will now come up and grow into a nice little branch.
Okay, and what about this big guy right over here?
Yeah, so this one here, you can see I've taken it right here, but certainly you can go in and take it.
Wow, this guy is just stubborn.
There you go.
Right.
So you want to just get rid of them. And also as a note, that once you do the pruning on all of this, you should wash down your tools. You should wash your hands down. So that's what we're going to do before we touch any of the other trees.
We need Purell. Bob and Annette?
It's tree Purell. Yeah. Thanks very much, Lori.
Good morning, I'm Lori DeAngelis, learning about gardening here. Now, when it comes to pruning your trees or your wedges, make sure you look for little things like this. A disease needs to be snapped away very quickly. But once you do that, because this disease is a fungus, make sure you wash your hands and clean your tools. We're going to show you some more proper pruning as we go to break. Please stay with us. Where are you, Ladybug? There you are. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Black cars, all black, everything.
7:25 right now. Lori DeAngelis has pruners this morning. How dangerous could this be?
Oh, well, we're boo-boo free so far.
So far.
You don't run with those.
I won't. I just wanted to introduce you to this little ladybug. That is a sure sign of spring, huh? When you see something like that. I'm just going to let the ladybug shoo right now. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, ladybug, fly away. Oh, it's on its back. Okay, and it's on its... Sherry, there. Okay, we saved it. Okay, here we go. Pruning. Okay, so we spoke earlier in the last segment about disease and how to take care of it right away.
Yep.
But let's just learn the basics about proper pruning and why it's so vital as well.
Sure, absolutely. So you can see that with the weather, it really jumped ahead this year. Over this weekend, it was really warm. So a lot of what's happening on this tree wasn't here, 5 and 6 days ago. So it really burst open. You really want to try and get ahead of that, because I don't know whether you noticed here, Lori, but if you see this here,
what are we looking at?
These are actually the formations of the flowers already. So it's breaking its leaves, but it's also breaking the flowers. So having said that, the spring, you don't want to prune spring blooming shrubs.
Okay.
So we want to ignore that. But this is a locust. You can see this really hasn't got anything. I've just clipped this off the tree. It's just sort of starting its buds. So depending on how far back you want to go, so if you look in here, you can just see the little green bud coming out here and here. So depending on how far back you want to take the branch, you want to take it right before?
Right before?
A bud.
A bud. Oh, that's right.
So we want to put it right in here.
Okay.
And take that
yay.
off. And you're going to keep that. So that's what you want to do with everything. Evergreens, again, I've taken this off. So we have an evergreen that had a lot of stem on it, and then the foliage at the end. So when you have something like that, you have a branch that has a lot of foliage. Here's a good example here. Is a branch that's really leggy like this. So do you really want to, you going to get that ladybug?
Yeah, I want to get that ladybug because we got to go.
So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you don't have branches that are really leggy. So if this is bothersome to you, this particular one, you wouldn't necessarily want to take it to here because that is an inside branch and you really want it growing outside. So you might want to take it to here. So we'll take this off.
We're going to show you some more great tips coming up right here with Sherry. Hello, ladybug. There we go.
Lori, you're going to get bit.
Yes.
For a mate.
You'll be sorry.
Yeah.